thoughts on going into the wedding private market? Aaron? So is that a market?
Yeah, I'd like to eventually.
Okay. Have you thought about what sort of packages you're looking at offering for them?
Not massively. I was mainly going for the as I already work as a waiter at weddings, at quite posh ones and like Sandbanks. I was very much going to stick to the kind of pyros and basically have that as part of a single one rather than going for the lower one, because when I'm working at places like Lulworth Castle and they're spending 50 grand, I don't want to turn up with a basic fire performance. I don't think they're going to appreciate it. Even if they've hired it, I'd much rather them have the spectacle and just stick with the spectacle. And then if I need to add if they want still walking, I can add that on top.
Yeah, so you can add a little bit extra on top for them. So, who else was interested in it? Yeah?
That one.
Okay. Has anyone got any thoughts on what would be a perfect package for a wedding? Has anyone got any ideas on what they would want to offer a wedding client?
Still to meet and greet,
Yeah.
practical walkabout. As long as they're reading some old people don't really want to be bothered till they're sitting at tables, you've got to read it. As well as a fire show with a special effects on the
So, I'll let you know a little bit of information for weddings. Most of the time, they're not interested in a walkabout. So, that's just the thing. And when they're doing wedding dinners and stuff, most of the time they're not really, it's not a huge seller. So it's quite a hard thing to upsell them for. Yes, a little bit of meet and greet. We've done some very odd things like when the bride and groom are arriving at the venue on stilts and things like that. Very odd. A lot of the time their weddings just want a big spectacle at the end and they want a really big surprise. Like this package here, this is literally the package I would offer. 9 times out of the 10, they say it doesn't matter about still walking. 9 times out of 10, they say don't bother with still walking. Because they don't want it, they want this as a spectacle, as a surprise. What I will say for these is, they will give you some ridiculous way to make this a surprise. And you need to manage expectations for the fact it takes an hour for me to set up my show. People are gonna notice. So you need to figure out the fastest way of setting up your show, the most subtle way. Also figure out ways of doing things without a sound tech as well. That's super risky, but a lot of the time, if they want it to be a surprise, you need to at least try your best to keep it a surprise. Karen, Elliot?
We want to create like a duo wedding thing, kind of play on the we're a couple
And a love story with a wedding.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I had a commission. I built a flaming heart sculpture.
So we have that to add
Great
to the
backdrop
package.
to like the fire show.
Exactly.
Have the bride and groom in the middle of it.
Take photos,
We
photo
put it on
op
the
as
side,
well to the
whatever.
show.
But can you say that again?
That's a great example though. Photo moments are a huge upsell, way more than any walkabout. We get asked all the time if because the love banner in my fire show, it's lit once, it finishes at the end of my pyros. I know roughly how long it's going to burn for. The number of times I get offered an extra couple of £100 so the bride and groom can go and have a photo next to it for their card, huge upsellers. I'm guessing that's what happened with your love banner all the time.
Yeah, but this runs on propane, so it's
Nice.
like run it for as long as you want. basically.
Don't let them know that.
No.
Don't let them know it's that easy.
Yeah.
It's the same with pixels, and it cost me £75 to reprogram these. It's a lot of time and effort. Drag and drop in 3 pictures.
Yeah.
Right? It's not time and effort, but you make it appear time and effort, then they're willing
Yeah.
to spend the money.
Yeah.
If you tell them I'm dragging and dropping it into a folder, I'm not paying £75
Well,
for
the
that.
actual setup of the thing is quite time consuming.
But if it's already part of your show,
Yeah.
then you still want an extra £100 if they want a photo. If you know you can sort of add that in. This does go against your premium service model though. I will say that. If you do want to include and be a super premium service, you can't do that sort of thing. You just say, yeah, we can leave it burning for half an hour for you to have all the photos you want with it. Yeah. So you've got to think about how you want to do those different models. Got it?
Can I just ask, when you were saying about doing your fire show without a sound tech, do you have any suggestions for the speaker kit that you should bring? What kind of size, and or any like any brands and models that you would suggest?
I use QTX 15-inch speakers. I am going to change to something bigger and better. I use 2 QTX speakers. I use 2 dual Shure. God, what is it? It's the newest Shure model, the headset mic that I use. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I use that, and then I also use a battery speaker, which not a battery speaker, sorry, a portable battery, which has a 230-volt plug in it.
Okay. So the QTX are mains power.
No, the QTX is a battery operated.
Oh right, okay.
QTX is a battery operated, but your Shure microphone receiver does require power, so
Okay.
I stick that into my battery. So also I can run an extension lead from that power my QTX is if not. A lot of the time with your kit for this, if you're doing outdoor shows and things, it does have to be battery operated because you're going to be 10 miles away from the venue. Oh my god.
Sorry guys, gentle.
Battery operated.
Battery operated,
Not
yes.
battery operated.
But yeah, QTX systems, if you daisy chain the two together, you will happily do about 300 people. Anything above 300 people I wouldn't recommend offering in because then it's too quiet for you.
Yeah.
Speakers being too quiet is my worst nightmare for doing shows. Also, always have your sound systems turned up way louder than you think. Because as soon as you get all those people in there, they absorb the noise and it is definitely quiet at the back. So just whack them up to 10, make sure they're not peaking on your tracks and stuff, and leave them at that. Duct tape over the buttons so you just know it's fine for your music all the time. Okay, has anyone got any more questions? We'll go on to it.
What do you do when it backfires, like the extra stilt thing, and they're like, no, I don't want stilts, why aren't you cheaper?
Just so it's included in the package. I often, when people say, trying to get a reduced price because I'm taking this out of the package, I'll say, no, I'm very sorry, it's included in our package as standard. We're already on site, we've agreed to offer that to you. You not wanting it, it's not really our problem.
And someone else have had that happen before.
Just hold your ground with it. I get it quite often with they may not want the low burning banner as part of the wedding package. And a lot of the time I just say, that's fine, and then they'll go, oh, can I have it 50 quid cheaper? I'm like, no. It's part of the package. You can't go to Rolex, buy a watch, and then say, I want this dial not in the watch. It's included in the thing. Like, just say it is included. Like, similar with your 3-act packages and how you're building those, everything's included in your price. You only want one of those things, that's your prerogative, I'm still charging you the same thing.